And good evening, football fans, and welcome to tonight's joint broadcast of American Fork and Lehi football on the Rewind Sports Network. Tonight, it's a Utah County rivalry game as the 4th-ranked American Fork Cavemen take on the 10th-ranked Lehi Pioneers in a Region 3 showdown. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday to you all. Matt Coma, Braden Peterson with you here tonight. So glad you guys could join us for Week 8 of the high school football season. A great matchup between these two Region 3 teams. Braden, let's start with American Fork. American Fork coming off that huge win at home against Lone Peak last week. They're the only undefeated team left in this region, and they've got a lot of firepower all over the place on this Cavemen team.
Yeah, really exciting offense, right? Starts with their quarterback, Capono Manuela, right? Or Manuela, very dynamic quarterback, great thrower, very athletic, really can get loose on the offensive side of the ball and really can be dynamic for them. Obviously, on the defensive side of the ball, it's going to anchor in with Dallin Afu, their starting defensive end, with 25 tackles and 4 sacks on the season. Between those two, offensive and defensively, really a big matchup. One name to keep an eye out for, Ty Homestead, the wide receiver who just came out of nowhere last week for them against Lone Peak. Will be a really exciting addition to this offense to watch this week.
Meanwhile, on the other side, the home team tonight looking to get back in the win column. 2 straight losses back-to-back against Skyridge and Harriman over the last 2 weeks, but there is a ton of offensive firepower. They're going to get the ball first here tonight, and it's Devon Eka and Legend Glasker that are leading the way for this Lehi offense.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't really know who you want me to talk about tonight because they just have so many weapons, right? Don't forget about Brighton New as well. They just have guys and bodies all over the place. It's going to be an exciting game for Wyatt Bingham to get his start this week as he steps up to take this team out for the first time this season as the starter. Really exciting game, and I have family implications on this one, so this one's really fun for us.
It's going to be a fun one here tonight. AF and Lehi, 54th meeting all time between these two crosstown rivals. As Prestwich has this lined up for the kick. American Fork in the all-whites tonight, moving right to left. Lehi's in the purple uniforms as we are underway as Prestwich's kick goes into the end zone for a touchback. And we will have the Lehi offense out, and it's going to be Wyatt Bingham, the Mountain Ridge transfer, making his first start here at Lehi High School. He'll lead the offense out for the Pioneers.
Yeah, really exciting for him, right? Coach Hadfield pregame said, Wyatt Hadfield, they have all the confidence in the world in the young man because he's such a great leader, right? They came into the second half last week against Harriman, really provided a great spark. He said, even if he doesn't know the offense great, he's such a good leader, these guys will follow him.
1st and 10 from the 20 for the Pioneers. As it'll be a handoff to Glasker on the first down, and he scoots his way out to the 25 and picks up a considerable gain on first down.
Yeah, if you are American Fork, the biggest 2 names you can't get going or let get going today, Devon Eka and Legend Glasker, right? You have to be able to stop the run game for this Lehi team. Coach Hadfield said, we really look to be a pass-first team, but when you got a guy like Devon Eka in the backfield and the no-line like this, you got to go.
Bingham throwing on second down, incomplete over here on the near side, looking for Cameron Wren. A little bit behind his wide receiver, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Yeah, I like what Lehi does on the second down play here, right? Your second and medium, good play. I like the hitches routes on the outside. It's a quick rhythm throw for Wyatt Bingham to try and get him going just a little bit behind his guys. Will be an easy pass to get going for them, though, today.
3rd and 4 for the Pioneers. It'll be Bingham to throw. He'll check it down low. He's got his man out on the near side. It's Devon Eka, who's out near the 30, right at the line to gain, and it looks like it's a first down.
Yeah, another great rhythm throw, right? Let's get the ball in one of our best players' hands and let him do the rest of the work. Real quick pass, and great job getting the first down to get that first one of the day.
So it is 1st and 10 for the Pioneers as they pick up just enough at the 30-yard line. 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. And they'll hand it off to Eka, fakes the reverse, and good pursuit by the AF defense, and that's no gain.
Yeah, one of the things you'll see today with this AF team, their near side corners or their nub side corners, they play really downhill in the run game. Specifically, Jackson Theobald, he is an attacker from his corner spot, tackles like a linebacker. He's really aggressive, and you'll see him on the short side of the field here.
No gain brings up 2nd and 10 here for the Pioneers. They'll send 3 out to the left. Eka in the backfield. He'll go in motion. Cavemen rush 4, Bingham right over the middle, looking for New, and it's incomplete, in and out of the hands.
That's not a ball you're going to see New drop very often, right? Puts it right in his breadbasket, and I think he was probably waiting for the contact to come from the middle linebacker who was there right in a hurry. Need to have those ones, though, against a team like AF. You can't beat yourself on the easy stuff, right? Make the right play, get the yards, take what the defense gives you.
3rd and 10 now for Lehi. Second third down of their opening drive. 4 wideouts this time for Bingham. Has a good pocket. Now decides to collect it himself. He can run, but he only gets back to the line of scrimmage before the AF defense gets there. And it's Luke Broadbent with the tackle, and it brings up 4th down.
I got to give a shout out, though, to Dallin Afu, right? He retraces as soon as Bingham starts to leave the pocket. He heads back the other way, retraces, gets the assist on that tackle there. Interesting thing to only go 3 there, drop 8. They're really confident in those front 3 they have.
So Lehi will punt on their opening drive. Trayson Webb is back to kick this one off. Damian Wilkinson back for the Cavemen. Webb's kick, great kick high in the air, is going to force Wilkinson back to his own 27 as he scoots his way out near the 40-yard line, and that's where American Fork will start, and we'll see the AF offense for the first time tonight, led by the senior quarterback Capono Manuela and this potent American Fork offense.
Yeah, this American Fork offense, one of the things they're going to major in, running the football. When you watch their film, you're going to see a lot of 11, 12, and 21 personnel, meaning you've got a tight end running back, a tight end, two tight ends and a running back, and then you've also got your 2 running backs and 1 tight end. They are going to major in their run game, and everything's going to follow off of that.
There's a block in the back call on AF, so it's going to go put the Cavemen back at their own 27, maybe 28-yard line. Nope, they're going to back it up from the spot of the foul, so it's even worse. So the Cavemen look like they were going to have good field position, but a penalty pushes them back into their own territory.
You get in these situations, right, and just do what you do best, right? Run the football, get a little confidence, and go from there. 1st
and 10 from the 18 here for Manuela and the offense. So they'll give it off to their lead back, Prince Afu, his first carry. And he's met by the Lehi defense near the 19, 20-yard line, picks up 2.
Yeah, talking with the O-line coach in American Fork, Kanai Eldridge, he said one of the biggest things you're going to have to see from the offensive line is the interior 3 is going to have to be able to take care of the 2 big defensive tackles for Lehi, as they're going to be 2 of the best they've seen all year.
2nd and 8 upcoming here for the Cavemen. First drive for them tonight. Again, coming off that big win against top-ranked Lone Peak last week, trying to stay undefeated in Region 3 here, as Manuel's going to take a shot on 1st down. It's got a man out there, and it is caught. All the way down there, that's Homestead in a big play for the Cavemen.
Matt, we said pregame, right as this thing was getting started, keep an eye out for Ty Homestead. What do? Run the ball to Afu, and then drop back and let it rip down the sideline to Ty Homestead. What I love the most out of that, little savvy push-off by number 85 there to get a little bit of separation. Great ball by Manuela.
Gain of 32 puts the Cavemen in Lehi territory, 1st and 10. Back to Afu on 1st down, pushing the pile near the 45 for a pickup of 3.
Yeah, they're going to go right back to their zone game, right? They're going to go kind of zone ISO, just a straight-up blocking scheme, and, let their big offensive line move bodies. One of the things I'm impressed with, right, they talked about it being important, moving the bodies in the middle. That's a right-up-the-middle run, 4 yards, moving the bodies.
So picks up a gain of 3 on that one, 2nd and 7.
I'm an offensive lineman, Matt. We like 4 there.
And that's all right. Need the 38 for a 1st down. Under 8.5 minutes of counting here in our opening quarter. Manuel is going to take it himself this time, and he's going nowhere. Good pursuit by the Lehi defense. Adrian Meredith in there for the first tackle.
Yeah, Coach Hadfield said they're really excited about Meredith and the way that he's played over the last week and showing kind of what he can be for them, and obviously here he is showing up already tonight. They went with the lead draw, and Lehi did a great job of getting immediate pressure and not allowing that offensive line to get any movement for Manuela to have anywhere to go.
Meredith, 16 tackles, 2 sacks on the season for Meredith, and it brings up 3rd and 7 here for the Cavemen. And we're going to get a timeout here. Oh.
When the quarterback is under center.
So
it's a 15-yard penalty against the home team.
So we have some music being played during the snap. There's the warning from our white hat Chris Swank tonight. So we're back underway.
It's the first one I've heard of that this year.
3rd and 7 here for the Cavemen. First third down of the night. Manuela with time. Going to fire over the middle. Is incomplete. Too far for his intended receiver. And it'll bring up 4th down, but there is a flag back near the 48-yard line.
Yeah, I don't believe in holding as an offensive lineman, Matt. Okay, you're going to see a lot of biases out of me tonight. But I can't really deny that Meredith got held. So he put a nice move on the tackle. It looked like it was an inside move. And we're going to see a 10-yard penalty here.
It's a hold on Carson Thorne for the Cavemen. That'll back it up, and they'll replay the down. Interesting play there that they decided to take the holding call instead of the 4th down.
Yeah, it was interesting. Unless it's a field position decision, right, where they think they can stop them here and they get better field position off the punt.
So from their own 45, and now we have whistles and an offside on Lehi.
So, Matt, real quick as we look at this, one of the things you're going to see with Lehi's defense, in obvious passing situations, you're actually going to see PJ Taki come in and play that 3 technique for him. The reason they do something like that is it becomes an advantage for them in their mind that Taki's so athletic against a guard, they feel like he can beat him one-on-one and get more pressure.
3rd and 12 for the Cavemen. Need the 38 for a 1st down. And Manuel looks to throw again. Good pocket. Fires for Taisi, and it's incomplete. In and out of the hands, and it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, that's a rare drop out of Cash Taisi. Great protection up front. You saw it, right? We talked about that right after the first play there with Taki coming inside. They ran a twist stunt. Offu does a great job at passing that off into the offensive guard and picking up the twist. Just, not able to hold that ball.
Presswich should be on for the punt here. Legend Glasgow back near his own 10 to receive this one for Lehi. As Presswich gets this one up, it's a high fly kick. And it will take a Caveman bounce, but too much juice on it. And that'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Reminder, tonight's game brought to you by our Advanced Orthopedics. Advanced Orthopedics are the official team doctors and medical providers for Lehi Athletics. Advanced Orthopedics has been bringing collegiate-level care to the community for over 10 years. They focus on both surgical and non-operative treatments for patients and athletes of all ages and skill levels. Go to advancedutah.com to learn what they can do for you to help you feel better. So we'll see the Lehi offense back out here. Got 1 1st down and then forced to punt as Bingham in the offense comes back out here.
Yeah, if I'm Lehi, I want to see a little bit more of the run game on this drive. Really get Eka going.
They'll do the read option instead, and Bingham's going nowhere. Good tackle there by number 53 for the Cavemen. That is Mason Peterson in the backfield, and it's a big loss of 3.
Yeah, it looked like the read from up here was definitely the give read, right? As there was a host, a family of cavemen, whatever you call a group of cavemen, they were all sitting there on the backside waiting for that one to scoop up Wyatt Bingham. Eka looked like he had a lot of free space on the front side there.
Loss of 3 brings up 2nd and 13 here, almost halfway through our first quarter. Again, the clock on your screen, not official. We'll try to keep it as close as we can tonight. As Bingham throws on 2nd down. It's got a man wide open, and Jackson Lattimore out past the 25 and gets call it about 9 on that one for a 3rd and short.
Lattimore is a huge target there for Bingham there on the hitch route on the inside. It's pretty much just a little spot route. He's going to find some space, settle in, and give him a nice open lane to throw through. Nice rhythm throw. Those are going to be huge to get Bingham comfortable today.
Gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 3 here for Lehi. Bingham will give this one off, and Eka's got a seam, and he breaks free. There goes the speed of Devon Eka for the first touchdown of the night, and it's the Pioneers on the board.
Yeah, I mean, right out of the gate there, as you look at the formation, you had a heavy load on the strong side or the right side of the formation. American Fork seemed to go with a tight front there, and it had a lot of gaps open for the first 3-4 yards, and as soon as Lehi picked everything up, Eka had space to go, and you can see why the young man is committed to BYU. He's special, he's quick, and there's 6.
That is the 12th touchdown on the ground this year for Devon Eka. Is Bodie Hammond on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. And how about that? An explosive play for the Pioneers, and they take the 7-0 lead here in the first.
Yeah, it's everything we've said that you got to keep an eye out for. You know, Coach, Coach Bain said, you know, pregame that you have to keep an eye out and make sure you limit the explosive plays. They've done so in the first drive, but a little mistake there and just everybody getting tied up, and all of a sudden there was space to run.
He's had a lot of those runs over the season as well. If you look at the stats for Devon Eka on the season, he averages about 8.6 yards a carry. He's one of the top rushers in the 6A, and it's that speed that's kind of sets him apart from the rest of the league.
Yeah, he really does have that, you know, that extra gear, right? As soon as he sees that space, he's able to flip that on, and really you just saw him run away from everybody. Nobody was catching him in that moment.
73 yards on that touchdown for the Pioneers, as Hammond has this one teed up, and this one will go towards the goal line, and the Cavemen will let it go. And that'll be a touchback. Again, tonight's game brought to you by Aloha Orthodontics. Lehi fans, show off your winning smile with Aloha Orthodontics. Braces, Invisalign, and a whole lot of fun right here in Lehi. That's Aloha Orthodontics, where every smile is a touchdown. So 7-0 here, 5:48 to play here in our opening quarter. Second drive here for the Cavemen, got out to midfield. How do they get things rolling here for the American Fork offense?
I think you need to see a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit of consistency up front. I'd like to see the run game kind of get going for American Fork so that they can continue to find open slots in the pass game.
Handoff on first down to Afu, and Afu picks up 2.
One of the major points you're going to see for these offenses, both sides, because they both love to run the ball, right, you have to stay ahead of the sticks, right? You want to see that 3 to 4 yards per carry, even getting to that 5 yards a carry, so that when you get to second down, you're 2nd and 5 less, right? Your playbook stays open, right? You can run or pass out of that 2nd and 5, which keeps the defense off schedule.
That was Madden Jensen on that first carry, his first of the night. Picks up 2 on that one for 2nd and 8. Send Richards in motion and hand it back off to the back. And this time it's going backwards as the Lehi defense gets in there. Brody Downs with the stop.
You're seeing how fierce this Lehi defense is. You sit and look at their defense. They've allowed 95 points this year, Matt. 95. And I can't imagine why with how well they play up front. That front 7 is really, really strong.
Averaging 13.5 points per game allowed. That's second in 6A for this Lehi defense. 3rd and 10 back at the 20-yard line. Manuela with 5 wideouts, and the Pioneers jump.
As an O-lineman, you love freebies.
That'll make it half the distance. It'll be 3rd and 5 now for the Cavemen.
It's 3rd down, Lehi. Let's stay loud.
Again, the Cavemen jumped out to a 14-0 lead against Lone Peak and held that throughout last week, playing from behind this time around.
They have a lot of weapons to be able to grab 5 yards here.
3rd and 5 here. Manuela with 5 wideouts. Pressure comes. Manuela stays in the pocket looking for Richards. Incomplete. Had Trayson Fabrizio in coverage, and it's 4th down.
You know, you can really tell that Lehi's gotten Manuela a little uncomfortable there. They're in his face really fast right now. That D-line is, as advertised, very fierce, very strong. You got 2 great DNs in Taki and Meredith, and then the big, stout big men in front with Briggs. Ooh, make sure I get Briggs Love and Trey Nelson.
Press switch back to punt. Glasker in his own territory, ready to return this one as the kick is away. Glasker has to go back. Great kick. It's in and out of the hands of Glasker, and he just has to escort that ball out of bounds. And that will put the Pioneers all the way down inside the 10. About an 80-yard punt there for Brett Presswich.
Absolute booming punt. One of the most beautiful things is when that ball hits its peak and then just flips over and starts sailing the other way. Beautiful punt. It was a risky play by Glasker to try and chase that one down. And got lucky that they didn't lose possession there. That would have been a heck of an offensive play for American Fork.
Had a muff punt last week against Harriman in that game. Again, a 1-point loss for Lehi. Their 3 losses in the season. They're 4-3. Their losses a combined 9 points between those 3 losses for Lehi.
Yeah, their defense keeps them in every single game, not to be Captain Obvious.
1st and 10 from the 8-yard line is where the Pioneers will start. Pass out to the near side. It's going nowhere. As that's number 2, Gunnar Michaelis with the tackle for loss for the Cavemen.
Zero fooling Michaelis there. He saw that ball coming out to Lattimore, and he took off right for that hip and sinks him for a loss of 4. I mean, great play by the American Fork defense, and really is pinning Lehi deep right now.
That was a 72-yard punt, by the way, for Jet Presswich on that last one. Benefited from the bobble by Glasgow as he goes up the ladder and makes the catch, but he's out of bounds.
I love the play concept here, though, by Lehi. They're putting the defense in a bind, specifically that short side corner, where he's either got to stay with Glasgow or he's got to go to Eka. That's a horrible decision to have to make, and I don't blame the kid for not knowing where to go. But as soon as he triggered up on Eka, that ball went to Glasgow immediately. I love the play concept. Just a little miss there by Bingham. And this is a big opportunity for American Fork to get great field position.
3rd and 13 here for the Pioneers. As we have a penalty on American Fork here. Oh, they ruled it around. He made the catch. A decision between the officials gives him the catch. They are about a yard shy of the first down, though, but a big play here. What could have been 3rd and long inside the 5 is now a 3rd and short inside about the 20-yard line.
It looks like we're actually at a first down now.
Yes, they do give him.
Yeah, they gave him a first down. That's, wow, what a grab by Glasgow, and way to get the first down, get out of your own end zone.
18-yard lines where they spotted for first down, and Eka's going backwards again. Good pursuit there by American Fork, and that's Dallin Offu that gets in there.
His athletic ability is phenomenal. I was joking with Coach Eldridge pregame. We were talking, I was saying how great I thought he was as an offensive lineman. He goes, yeah, I'm trying to convince him that's his natural position. But he looks pretty doggone good at that DN spot.
Dallin Offu, of course, one of the mainstays of that defensive line. 25 tackles and 4 sacks. He leads the Cavemen in the tackle for loss category with 9.5 tackles for loss on the season as they dump this one out to Eka, and Eka breaks through a tackle, and he's out past the 25, spins out of another one, and he's got a first down for Lehi.
Wow, what a great play by Eka, because Offu reads that immediately. He catches the ball and swipes at the ankles, isn't able to get it, and then he breaks 3 tackles as he streaks down the sideline for a big first down gain. He is special.
15 yards on that one as he's out to the 35 for another first down for the Pioneers. It's been the Devon Eka show so far offensively between these two teams. As flags fly, Bingham looking for somewhere to go with it. Gets a block, now tries to cut inside, and he fights his way back to the line of scrimmage, but this one looks like it might be coming back.
Yeah, you're going to get a holding call on Mata Ali Benjamin, the big Minnesota commit, on Dallin Offu. We're going to have a great battle on that edge all night between the two of them. Both great athletes, and that one's going to go to Offu as he gets the hold call and kicks him back to 1st and 20.
Back it up to the 25-yard line for 1st and 20 now for the Pioneers. Lehi with a 73-yard touchdown run by Devon Eka on the last drive. That's our only point so far here tonight. Glasgow in motion as Bingham will throw. Bingham with time. It's got Glasgow wide open on the far side. Out past the 30. Breaks out of a tackle to the 40. And gets the penalty yardage back and then some.
Yeah, as Glasgow got brought in motion there, they just kind of ran him on a little drag concept. the linebackers just continued to drift, and all of a sudden Glasker's all by himself, and that's not a guy you want in space. And I love one of the things that you're seeing out of him. He avoids tackles really well, right? Like, you see the arm tackles come through, and he's able to bounce off of him. Really strong runner, and really, really impressive.
BYU commit doing some work for the Lehi offense. 2nd and 6 here for Lehi. So they'll give it to Eka, and Eka navigates his way out to the 40, picks up maybe 2.
Yeah, they just go with an inside zone concept there, and American Fork's defense does a good job at just triggering on the run, holding tight, and only keeping it to a gain of 2 there. One of the things to keep an eye on, right, is they keep running this inside zone concept to the short side of the field. You're seeing Legend Glasker come around, and it looks like they're kind of acting like a reverse is possible. Keep your eyes open for that to hit today.
Lehi 3 for 4 on 3rd down so far in this quarter. Looking for another one as they find it on the far side. Eka out of a tackle to midfield, and 1st down Lehi.
Yeah, that's the Oklahoma State commit, Brighton New, out there running a quick hitch route at the sticks, catches the ball, runs through a tackle. One of the things I got to say, though, big number 67, Brock Godfrey, with the snatch out there on the edge as they came through. He just cracked the wrist of the defender and dropped him on the spot. What a block by the big man.
Picks up 11 for New on that first catch for him tonight, and the Pioneers, surprisingly in American Fork territory for the first time tonight, they have the long touchdown run for their points. As flags fly on the motion here.
Yeah, we had a few people shuffling their feet, it looked like.
Now they'll back up Lehi 5 yards. And a conference between our white hat Chris Swank and the rest of the officials there near the 40.
So, Matt, I got a fun one for you. I was talking to Big Brian Brown, our good
friend
fellow,
of the program.
Yeah, friend of the program, friend of many. Food connoisseur with myself. He was telling me Jeff Hansen was feeding a little tidbit in on him.
Oh, it's on American Fork.
That was not what I expected. But we'll go to this tidbit really quick. Jeff was saying the biggest offensive line in the state are the Big Purple People Eaters, the Lehi Pioneers.
They have one of the best offensive lines in the state. We talked with Coach Andy Hatfield, says they run a college offense here at Lehi, and you need big offensive linemen to get those big plays in motion.
You do, and one of the things he said, and I think I mentioned this earlier. He was pretty blunt. He said you'd be stupid not to run the ball with this offensive line. I couldn't agree more. As an offensive line guy myself, I would want to run the rock all the time. He, as his own line coach, reminded him, "Hey, coach, 4 yards is a good play." And he's doggone right. You do that all night, you're going to win a lot of football games.
Lehi almost pretty average here across the board between pass yards and rushing yards on the season. Normally a pass-heavy offense here at Lehi, especially under Ed Larson. But now with Hatfield, it's kind of developed more to a rushing tack. But when you have a talent like Devon Eka, that kind of happens.
You have to, right? Like you modify your offense and your team for the personnel that you have. They have a phenomenal offensive line and great running back. You have to run the ball.
So they finally figure out the yardage. It's going to be 1st and 5 here for Lehi. Spot the ball at the 43-yard line. Bingham checks the line. Two wideouts on either side here for Wyatt Bingham, making his first start at Lehi. Hands this one off to Eka. Eka bouncing it outside, out of a tackle inside the 40, and a first down near the 36.
I think the thing I'm most impressed by Devon Eka to start this game, he's elite at getting through the first tackler. He really does a great job at breaking through that first tackler to get extra yards. And that is a skill that is hard to teach. Just some backs have it and some don't, and he has it.
He's already out over 100 yards rushing tonight for Devon Eka. One of the top backs not only in 6A, but in the state of Utah. 1st and 10 here for Lehi. Bingham right back to Eka, who lowers the shoulder out to the 33-yard line. Good tackle there by number 3 for the Cavemen. That's Jackson Theobald.
Yeah, we talked about Jackson Theobald a little bit earlier, that he is an aggressive tackler and he wants to stick his nose into things. And, you know, if there's a guy that's going to test Devon Eka's ability to break tackles, Jackson Theobald's one of those guys.
Maybe have time for one more play here in our first quarter. Clock running down to 15 and counting. 2nd and 8 here for Lehi. And this will be the final play of the quarter. Bingham keeps it himself and gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that will do it for quarter number 1 here in a Region 3 showdown. 12 minutes in the books. The Lehi Pioneers with a 7-0 lead over the American Fork Cavemen. We'll step aside and be right back with the second quarter. You're watching Lehi and American Fork football on the Rewind Sports Network.
Hey, guess what? There's a brand new Jersey Mike's opening near you. And all that fresh slicing and fresh grilling can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, impatience, baby-like wonder, indecisive, anticipatory chewing, nervous pacing, and even happy claps. Feel the excitement with freshly sliced, freshly grilled subs at our newest location, now open near you. Jersey Mike's, a sub of...
Over 25 years of keeping mining operations running strong. Open Loop Energy, proud supporters of the next generation of champions.
Welcome back. Ready to start our second quarter here between American Fork and Lehi. The Pioneers with a 7-0 lead here on KSL Sports Rewind. Matt Coma, Braden Peterson with you here tonight. We've got a fun one so far here tonight, Braden.
Yeah, it's been really fun. We got the original crosstown rivals, like we said, from northern Utah County, and they keep talking about these world-famous pulled pork nachos that they've got. I think I know where I'm spending my halftime.
Got 12 minutes till we get there, but set 3rd and 8 here for the Pioneers. They're 3 for 4 on 3rd down so far tonight. It looks like we're now get set for our first play of the second quarter. And it's Bingham to throw. Looking deep, now decides to check it down, runs his way towards the first down as he lowers the shoulder and keeps going. Pushing the pile inside the 20, and Wyatt Bingham showing off the feet.
Wow, Wyatt Bingham brought the hammer to Corbin Bowerly as they just met about 15 yards past the line of scrimmage. Wyatt Bingham said, "I don't have enough yards yet. Get out my way." And he ran right through him for another 5 yards. And what an awesome run. You know, Coach Hatfield said they love the leadership out of this young man. That means he cares. He wants it. That's an easy guy to get behind as an offensive lineman.
Bingham, of course, the more mobile threat of the two quarterbacks between him and Cash Hollinshead as well. 1st and 10, pickup of 16 or 18 on that one as they'll hand it off to Eka, and Eka gets a block out near the line of scrimmage before he's wrestled down. That's Gunnar McKaylee's back in there to get the tackle, and it's a loss of 1.
You know, it's really big for this American Fork defense to keep Lehi in these long 2nd and 3rd downs to be able to kind of create the best potential stops on 3rd down. The problem is they got so many daggum options out there, you just really can't stop.
A lot of options at the disposal of his Lehi offense. Be 2nd and 11 after a loss of 1. Gunnar McKaylee's got 3 tackles for loss going into the season. He's already got 2 tonight. As Bingham to throw, and we get whistles. As Lehi calls a timeout right before the snap there. We'll take the timeout as well. 10:24 to play here in our second quarter. 7-0 Lehi here on KSL Sports Rewind. Welcome back. Timeout for Lehi. Minor night's game brought to you by Camson Electric. Building your dream home. Camson Electric specializes in custom homes with precision, quality, and clean design from concept to completion. They power it all. Visit CamsonElectric.com to bring your vision to light. 2nd and long here for Lehi out of the timeout. Bingham again checks it down and navigates through the 15, maybe the 13-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like it was a big tackle there by Samson Thompson. Wyatt Bingham's showing off the sweet feet out there, and Thompson does a good job at settling in and wrapping him up for the gain of, about 3 yards. Again, we're talking about this. They're keeping them at that long distance here. You're 3rd and 7. The playbook is shrunk down a little bit. Obvious passing down for the most part.
Need the 6-yard line for a first down. 3rd and 8 here for the Pioneers. Set up the screen to Eka, and Eka gets out of a tackle, and he's going to be right near the line again as he's thrown out of bounds. There by Jabian Naa. He is right at the line again. Will it be enough to move the 6? It does.
Yeah, American Forks Lincoln Miller read that immediately. He just wraps him up too high, isn't able to stop him. A guy like Eka, you got to go right through the hips and make sure you grab both those legs, because he will not go down with an upper body arm tackle. You're just seeing it over and over again that he's making that first guy miss, and it's making for huge plays.
This will be the 14th play of the drive here for Lehi. They have moved it all the way down. This drive started at the 8-yard line. Looking to pay it off, throws near side. Eka out of a tackle. Eka with the touchdown.
It is quickly becoming the Devon Eka show up here at Lehi High School. This is the place to watch the best running back in the state of Utah. Oh my goodness. The ability to make the first guy miss is just, it's unbelievable. You see it every single time he touches the ball. It's not that AF's not in the right place. They're there to make the play, but Eka's just so good at making a miss. There he is in the end zone again.
Second touchdown tonight for Eka, this time through the air as Hammond's on for the extra point, and it's blocked. That will be denied by AF. Good job. They have a blocked field goal already this season, the Cavemen. They block the extra point, and it stays 13-0.
You can't help but wonder if something like that is very, very critical in a game like this. Rivalry games typically come down to the very end. You saw it even last week, right, where it was a one-point game between Harriman and Lehi, right? Granted, we didn't see like the missed field goal or anything like that, or we did see one missed field goal. I apologize, extra point. And with that, it's game-changing.
I'd say, I will just add to that, Bodie Hammond did have the game-winning field goal attempt. It was a 56-yarder. It was blocked.
That's right.
Say, Bodie Hammond on the season, he's perfect on extra points. It's the first one he's missed. He's 31 of 31 on the season. He's 4 of 6 on field goals. Both of them have been blocked, though. So,
well, as you get further away, right, that kick tends to get a little bit lower trajectory to get there. And, high hands. And all of a sudden the ball's coming down.
So Hammond has it teed up, ready to go. Corbin Bowley, and it looks like Jackson Theobald's back for the Cavemen as they'll field it at the 3-yard line. And Theobald able to make it out past the 20, and that's where the Cavemen will start. That was number 33, that's Carter Jorgensen for the Cavemen on the return.
Yeah, it's going to be a great starting position for American Fork here. I really think with American Fork, one of the things they probably need to get going, obviously the run game I think is huge for them, but we haven't seen them find a rhythm on the passing game other than the long ball to Ty Homestead. And so you really would like to see them find just a consistent rhythm as an offense here.
1st and 10, and flags fly on the snap.
Flags on the field.
Looked like we saw a shift out of Lehi's defensive line, and it may have made AF jump there.
So I'll back up the Cavemen back to the 19-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15 here. The two drives so far for the American Fork Cavemen. Able to get out into Lehi territory on their first drive before punting.
19-yard line.
Second drive was a 3-and-out. So the offense, it's there, but they need to get things rolling here, now down 13 points. 1st and 15 now for the Cavemen. They'll hand this one off to Prince Afu, and Afu, again, nowhere to run. Multiple Pioneers in on that one, and it's a loss.
Yeah, that Lehi defensive line is really just not giving up any space. They just immediately eliminate any push that the AF offensive line can get, and they scoop up Prince Afu immediately in the backfield.
He does pick up 1 on that one. as Brody Downs, first one in there for Lehi. Again, Manuela's had time to throw the ball, just a little inaccurate with the ball. Maybe a throw to set up the run situation here for American Fork, but we'll see with 3 wideouts here. Send Richards in motion, and they'll fake the handoff. Now find Richards over on the far side. All right, it's David Dean over there, and he picks up 3.
I like the play action. I like the quick throw, right? These are the things you need to do to get Manuela going. The hard part is you're so far behind the sticks that once you get to this point, now you're 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13, and you just have to take obvious kind of shot plays, and Lehi as a defense can play to that advantage.
0 for 2 tonight on 3rd down is the Cavemen. Now 3rd and 12, call it. I need to get to the 34 for a first down. 5 wideouts here for Manuela. Lehi with the pressure. Throw far side. Dean's got the first down out to the 40, and a big play for American Fork.
Yeah, what a great job by David Dean to just find the sticks, sit in the hole, and a great ball by Manuela. The biggest thing there, that's a long setup play. That offensive line anchored in and gave him all day to throw the ball. You're seeing a little bit of a rhythm there. A couple pass plays, a couple hits for him, a little bit of confidence, trust in his O-line that he can stay in the pocket.
18 yards on that one. 1st and 10 from the 40. Fake the handoff, throw far side. Homestead out to the 43.
You know, one of the things Coach Beam said pregame to us about Ty Homestead, he's like, the kid is tough, right? He takes hard hits. He hops right back up, right? He's just unfazed by the physical nature of the game. Curious to see how they look to get him more integrated into the offense here today.
Only played 2 games on the season. He's almost at 100 yards receiving. He had that big catch in the first quarter for American Fork as flags fly.
Matt, I told you, offensive linemen love freebies, brother. They love them.
As that will give the Cavemen free 5 yards. Now 2nd and 2.
So this opens us up. We're 2nd and 2, right? Play action shot plays are beautiful from this place, especially with a team like AF where you got a great running back.
Afu in the backfield here for 2nd and 2. They will give it to Afu, who takes it up the left side, gets to the first level and out of a tackle. Out to the 40, first down American Fork, and the Cavemen on the move.
But what do I know, Matt? Just give the ball to Prince Afu and get 10, 11 yards. I mean, I would...
It's kind of the similar thing we just saw with Lehi.
That's exactly right? When you got a guy like that, just feed him the ball and let him go. But great movement by the offensive line there as they brought the lead blocker through the hole on that short side of the field and just gave Prince Afu all the space in the world to work with.
Picks up 11 on that one. 1st and 10, American Fork at the 41-yard line, looking for their first points of the night. Manuela takes it himself this time, takes it out to the left-hand side, and picks up a good gain. See where they spot it. May call it maybe the 36-yard line, picks up about 5.
Yeah, they go with the immediate lead draw because Manuela is electric with his feet. Everything kind of gets stuffed up inside, and he's able to sneak himself to the outside for a quick gain of about 5 yards there. And you're working with 2nd and 5. That's a great spot to be. You're ahead of the sticks. Offense is wide open for you right now.
Lehi had about a 7-minute drive on that last touchdown drive for Lehi. American Forks had it for about 4.5 minutes on this one as they give it to Madden Jensen this time, and he fights his way out to the 33-yard line for a pickup of 3.
Yeah, I love the play call here, right? You see that Dyson Richards is in at the wingback spot, kind of that hybrid tight end, and they're going to run a split zone play, which means Richards is going to come across a formation and kick out the DN. The rest of the O-line is going to work the other way, and they open up a gap on the backside for Jensen to come screaming up through to give him a nice, like you said, 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2 here for the Cavemen. Lead the 31 for the first down. Manuela, fake handoff. Taisi's got the catch. First down, American Fork inside the 25 this time.
What a ball by Manuela. He had pressure in his face, and without any kind of flinching, he finds his guy, Cash Taisi, on the quick slant for a nice gain of, what was it there, Matt? 12, 13 yards?
That was 11 yards on that one.
That was good for me.
Enough for another first down for Lehi, or for American Fork.
I've loved this drive by them. Really mixed up the play calling quite a bit.
2 for 2 on third downs as well as American Fork as they give it off to Prince Afu, and Afu tries to make his way through, and it's stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That looks like maybe Taki first one in there for the stop for the Lehi Pioneers.
Yeah, Lehi does a great job at eliminating the offensive line being able to get to the outside here. One of the plays that you're going to see from American Fork is a pin and pull or a buck sweep, whatever you want to call it. But what they're going to do is they're going to get their 2 interior offensive linemen out on the outside there. And Lehi does a great job at swallowing that up.
No gain. That was Meredith on the tackle for Lehi. 2nd and 10 now. 5 wideouts again for the Cavemen. Manuela steps up in the pocket. Now bounces outside. Pursuit coming, and down he goes. Brody Downs with the sack.
Brody Downs looked like he was almost on a spy there of Manuela, because as soon as Manuela thought he was going to take off, Brody Downs said, not a chance, my friend. We're going to keep you in the backfield for a big, big loss.
A loss of 8 back to the 30. It'll be 3rd and long here for the Cavemen.
We talked about this earlier. AF has been in a great position this drive, staying short sticks, and now all of a sudden you're in a long 3rd down situation.
Right outside of Jace Worthington's field goal position, but the Cavemen want 7 on this drive. 3rd and long. Manuela with time. Takes a deep shot. Taisi's out there. In and out of his hands. Incomplete. Just a little too much on it, and it's 4th down.
That one's going to hurt. You had Taisi on the deep post there and just barely overthrow him. One of the positives you got to take from this drive if you're AF, you can move the ball. You can, right? You have to find that rhythm. But looks like they're going to go for a long field goal here.
They're going to go for the field goal here. This will be a 47-yard field goal. It's Jet Prestwich out there. This will be his first field goal attempt of the season. Trying to get the Cavemen on the board. Snaps hole good. A good long kick's got the distance. And he makes it. 47-yarder for Jet Prestwich. And the American Fork is on the board.
Jet Prestwich with Pioneers in his face. He just absolutely belts that ball through the uprights. What a great first field goal to make, huh, Matt?
That's his first one of the season for Jet Prestwich. Usually does the kickoff and punting duties for American Fork, and he gets the Cavemen on the board here with 3:04 to go to halftime here. So not exactly what American Fork wanted, but points on the board.
Points on the board is what you have to take against teams like Lehi, right? You can't have drives end up empty. And to be able to find a little bit of rhythm, if you're AF, you can look and go, hey, these are the things that are working for us now, right? Your first couple drives, you really just couldn't find what was functioning, what was going to go right. And all of a sudden you see, quick passes, quick slants, little bit of inside zone, pin and pull, all those things started to show up, and you started seeing some positive movement.
That's a 12-play scoring drive for the Cavemen. It takes about 6.5 minutes off the board. So back-to-back long drives for both these teams.
After a long first quarter, we're seeing a short second.
Both teams have only seen the ball once in this quarter. Lehi about to get it back as Prestwich has it teed up. And he will send this one well into the end zone for a touchback. So Lehi comes back out. A slow, methodical drive last time out that ended in 6 points. What do you see from them with 3 minutes left to go here? Still have 2 of their timeouts left.
Yeah, with 2 timeouts left, 3 minutes, you can run your offense, right? You've got time to kind of get to midfield. By the time you get to midfield, you should be about minute 50 or so left. And at that point, then you're functioning with, a quick 2-minute offense with potentially still 2 timeouts. I think you stick to the status quo. Do what you do best and don't press, right? Like, let the game come to you, and then as the clock drops, then you can start making more explosive plays. But take what they give you.
We have a conference of officials near the 30-yard line here, talking with the AF defense.
We've had a few of those tonight.
See what the call is here.
Result of the kick is a touchback. Dead ball, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 11, Lehi. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
That is PJ Taki with the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and that will back up the Pioneers back to the 10-yard line.
Well, that speeds you up a tiny bit, but when you got guys like Legend Glasker and Brighton New and Devon Eka, and I could keep going if you want, but when we got guys like that, 90 yards still can happen quickly.
15-play drive last time for Lehi from their own, started at their own 8-yard line. This one will start from the 10 with 3:04 to go.
That was a really methodical drive last time, right? That was one of those drives where you're like, hey, we're going to take ownership of this game. And the way they move the ball down the field is about the same way traffic looks out on the I-15, slow and steady.
You got all that traffic going down towards BYU for the game against West Virginia tonight. As that throw is caught by Cameron Wren. Oh, no, he dropped it, incomplete.
Yeah, I'm thinking he heard a little bit of footsteps there by Lincoln Miller as he came cruising in from his safety spot. Had that ball right in his hands, and it just kind of fell out. Great ball by Wyatt Bingham. Been really impressed with Bingham. You mentioned him pregame that you thought he would be a real nice spark for this offense, and he's looked really, really good.
Making his first start in the Pioneer uniform. He's played garbage time most of the season for Lehi so far. Came in the second half and brought his team back in that close game against Harriman last week as he gets another carry and he's out to the 17-yard line. Another good run as Wyatt Bingham continues to show off that he can run the football.
Casey Page, find your O-line coach and make sure he brings you a stack of pancakes tomorrow. Because, young man, you just planted him in the ground for Wyatt Bingham. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Also, can I come for pancakes as well?
Picks up 7 thanks to that block. Third and 3, after the incompletion. 2:51 to go to halftime. Again, 2 timeouts at the disposal of Coach Hatfield in the offense. Bingham checks it down. It's got New over the 20 for a first down. Clock will stop as it's out to the 24.
I really like this Lehi offense, right? They do a great job at just doing what they need to get first downs, right? They're not going to overpress and do things that aren't going to, hurt. They're not going to hurt themselves, right? Quick pass, run, quick pass, run, find open spots in the defense. Really impressive, and they just don't care. They'll take as long as they want to get down the field.
They needed 3. They picked up 7 on that one. 1st and 10. And handoff to Eka. It's going backwards. That's Afu, I believe, on the tackle. It stopped it in its tracks.
I've got Mr. Josh Jackson, I think, 55 or 65. Jabian Nah,
65 on the tackle.
Young man came in there with some vicious intentions. He wanted to make sure Eka knew he was there. One of the big things on those outside zone plays, you got to get internal pressure quickly, right? They do a great job of that and never gets out to the outside.
Loss of 3 on the tackle for loss. 2nd and 13 here, under 2 minutes to go. Bingham, pressure's coming, throws it away, and there's a flag that flies late as Bingham took a shot on that one. Official on the near side pointed that there was a receiver in the area. And it's a hold on Lehi.
Manituafano just absolutely dominated the edge coming around there. And as he got to the point of attack with Bingham, he's getting held. He's carrying a man with him. And that's some of the first pressure Bingham's really, really seen today. And here we go with AF getting a 2nd and a lot. I can't do math on the fly.
That's going to be 2nd and 23 for the folks at home.
That's why we let you do that, man.
At the 11-yard line, they need the 24 for a first down. Bingham with time. Now pocket collapsing. Throws over the shoulder and gets Cameron Wren out past the 30 for almost all the back. They needed a 34. He got to the 32.
Cameron Wren got lost in the defensive backfield there as AF was getting so close to getting home on that sack. And Bingham drops an absolute dot in that AF secondary and gets them to very 30. I can't speak. Great third and manageable.
Clock starts now. 3rd and 1 now for Lehi. Bingham. Option pitch to Eka's got the first down and stays on his feet and towards out of bounds. That'll stop the clock and a first down out past the 40 for the Pioneers. How about the 3rd down offense for Lehi? They're now 7 of 8.
It's been exceptional.
7 of 8 on 3rd down in this first half.
Is Clash of Clans, is that Cavemen?
Ooh, that's a good question.
We need to find that out, but I kind of like this idea of clan of cavemen. Well, Eka just ran through a clan. Just a whole host of them. Just, a big old group of cavemen all at once.
Clock stops at 1:06. 1st and 10 at the 43 here for Lehi. Bingham. Pressure coming. Rolls out of a tackle. Gets out of another. And we'll just get rid of it. As that is incomplete, 2nd down.
At the point of attack, this would be, if I'm Coach Beam and his staff at halftime, we have to make the play at the point of attack because we've been there all night. We've been right there, but we haven't been able to bring them down on that first tackle. And Lehi has done such a good job at taking advantage of missed tackles or creating missed tackles. And if you're American Fork, you have to finish those.
2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Cavemen show pressure. Instead, back off. And Eka's got room as he gets out of a tackle and into American Fork territory to the 41. Clock will stop to reset the chains.
This big Lehi offensive line created a lot of space for Eka, and then he does what he does best. He breaks 3-4 tackles on his way to the first down.
Gain is 11 on that one. Bingham with time. Looking for somewhere to go. Now just throws it. As he was going down, they roll it incomplete.
Really savvy play there by Bingham. A little terrifying if you're a coach, but does a good job at not taking the sack, getting rid of the ball, stopping the clock, and not losing yards. Overall, great play by the young man. It's also one of those, no. Okay, we're okay.
35 seconds left in this first half. They rolled an incomplete pass, so 2nd and 10 at the 41. As we mentioned, Bodie Hammond, his range, he has had the leg to get it from 50 yards this season. They're about a couple of yards shy of being in the range for Bodie Hammond here. As throw over the middle, it's got Legend Glasker to the 35, out of a tackle and out of bounds to the 34 to stop the clock with 28.6 to go.
Yeah, great drag route. Again, it looks like AF's got a chance to stop them and make them use a timeout, but Legend Glasker makes a guy miss, makes another guy miss, and gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
So another 3rd down here for Lehi. 3rd and 4 this time.
Also, when Lehi goes 5 wide, you just see an embarrassment of riches waltz out there.
They'll send 4 out in the formation on this one. 3rd and 4. Bingham. Pocket collapsing. He'll take it himself, and he's got the first down as he bounces off yet another tackle. Clock stops with 19.6 to go. Lehi again, still 2 timeouts here. As the clock now starts to run. 1st and 10 at the 28. And now the Pioneers will call the timeout with 14 seconds left.
Yeah, I like the timeout call here. If I'm Lehi, you got to make the decision right now if you're going field goal or touchdown. How much do you trust the leg of your kicker to kick it from right around here, right? I mean, we're looking, where are we at right now? The 28-yard line, 27?
27, so you're looking at about a 45-yard field goal from here?
So at that point, right, if I'm Coach Hadfield, my plays are working towards the middle of the field here right now, and playing for a timeout and a field goal. That's probably my play here.
Hammond's long is 52 yards, so they are in his field goal range here. Again, kind of a windy night here. We had some storms run through early before. Thought potentially we might have some weather, but it's been clear so far.
Been beautiful, great night, and the vibes here are great. Packed house, both sides. I mean, it should be, right? You're 15 minutes away from each other. It's the beauty of it.
10th play of the drive here for Lehi. 15 seconds to go. Bingham looking for something. Now rolling, throws over the far side. That's going to be incomplete, and it stops the clock with 6.4 to go. Again, a lot of time on that one.
Yeah, lost a lot of time there, and that's where one of those things where as a quarterback, your internal clock's got to be a little quicker there, right? You're making a quick read to see who's open downfield. If nobody's there, get out of the pocket, get the ball out, right? Stop the clock and let yourselves play for another one. But this play now is going to go to what we spoke about before the previous shot that they tried to take. They're going to try and get this to, middle field, gain 4 or 5 yards. My bet it's going to Eka and then a quick timeout to set up the field goal.
One timeout left, 6.4 on the clock. They're going to throw as they give it to Cameron Wren. He's out past the 25, gets out of a tackle. Clock's running down to 1 second. Stop it at 0.3 seconds left. And they will just have enough time to have a field goal attempt here.
Yeah, that was a close one there. They almost ran that clock completely out on themselves. One of those coaching points that you sit there and you go, Mr. Wren, you catch the ball in this situation, hit the ground, please. Right? We want points. Right? You did your job. Your job is now to hit the ground so that we can stop the clock.
So this will be Bodie Hammond from 47 to give the Pioneers their 13-point lead back. Again, Hammond, 4 for 6 on the season. He's made from this distance before. He gets it right in the center, and Coach Beam wants a timeout for American Fork.
A little bit of ice, a little bit of, mental games being played here. Poor kicker has had a couple blocked the last couple he's kicked, and a little bit of a mental game going on there. I respect it. I like it.
Well, we got timeout. We'll thank some more of our sponsors. Jersey Mike Subs is proud to support the Lehi Pioneers. Come by Jersey Mike Subs and try the number 13, the original Italian. Provolone cheese and 5 different meats, all sliced fresh on the spot. Or get a hot Philly cheesesteak grilled fresh right in front of you. Experience the sub above difference at Jersey Mike's. So 0.3 seconds on the clock. This will be the last play of the half. It'll be Bodie Hammond from 47 to try and make it a 16-3 game.
American Fork looks like they got about 15 guys stretched across that line of scrimmage. They don't, but it sure looks like it.
And Beam's going to burn his second timeout. He's got all 3 of them heading into this one. He burns 2 of them. What are your thoughts on icing the kicker? Do you think it works?
Yes, I do. Depends on your kicker, too. Some kickers have ice in their veins, and so they just don't care, right? But if I'm in a situation where I know a young man or a kicker has had a couple things go wrong for him, thoroughly believe in it. Ice him, make him think about the kick more. Some kickers, they just are so automatic. You can call timeout. They're cool, calm, collected. And so I am team ice it. Why not? If you don't do it, you're not trying, are you?
Coach Beam does still have 1 timeout if he wants to use it.
What are the odds he uses it?
That's a good question. And so here we go. Hammond back out. Again, 47 yards here. Looks like Beam will keep the timeout this time as Hammond lets it fly. It's got enough distance. And he's got it. Bodie Hammond for 47 yards.
The young man has the ice in his veins. Coach Beam did everything he could to try and make that uncomfortable, and he just sinks it without a doubt from distance. What a kick by the young man to take a 2-score lead going into half.
So both teams make 47-yard field goals in the second quarter, but it's the Devon Eka show so far here tonight. 2 touchdowns to lead the way for the Lehi Pioneers. It's 16-3 as we head to the halftime break. We'll take a quick break and be back with the second half. Don't go anywhere. At the half, it's Lehi 16, American Fork 3 on the Rewind Sports Network. And welcome back. Getting ready to start our second half here from Lehi High School. This is the Place Stadium here on the campus of Lehi High. Matt Coma, Braden Peterson with you here tonight. 16-3 your score at the halftime break. Lehi with a pair of touchdowns from Devon Eka. That's been the difference here in this one so far, Braden.
Yeah, I mean, you knew that he was special, but goodness, the ability to make the first man miss has been absolutely elite. And for this Lehi offense, really, it's just been a steady dose of Eka, right? Steady dose of Eka, sprinkle in the rest of those amazing athletes that they have, and just let them go to work. If you're American Fork, there's 2 positives I take from that first half, even though you're down. Number 1, you're in the right place at the right time, right? That's a positive. You have to own that, right? Feed off of that. Now it's time to freaking finish, right? You got to get there. I mean, if I'm AF, I'm fired up, right? We know we're better than this. We know we're able to make these plays. We know we're able to tackle well. We have to finish. The second positive I take, the last drive of the first half was exactly what you want to see from your team, right? A steady dose of run with quick passes to get it to your guys, right? These 2 offenses, a little bit different types of sets and packages. Lehi likes to throw the ball a little bit more, but everything banks off of that run game and being able to open things up. If you're AF, you gotta do what you do best. Run the ball, quick dart passes, and just find consistency.
AF won the toss, so they will get, and deferred, so they will get the ball first to start the second half. Manuel in the offense, as you mentioned, they were able to move the ball on that last drive. They got finished with a field goal on that one, but they have the pieces in place to try and make a run. If they get a score here, it's a 1-score game.
Exactly. This is a big drive for them. It's a big confidence-boosting drive, right? You come out of the half, and, you know, a little bit of a letdown being able to allow them to get a field goal there, right? But you also kept them out of the end zone. You take that, right? Run with all the positives you can find as you're this coaching staff, right? Find every little thing that you can feed off of and then tell them to just flip the switch.
So we're just seconds away from starting our second half here. Scoring summary from that first half for you. Lehi got on the board about halfway through the first quarter. Devon Eka, a 73-yard touchdown, made the 7-0 in favor of the Pioneers. A 4-play drive taking about 2 minutes off the board. After a 3-and-out by American Fork, it was Eka again, this time an 8-yard reception for a touchdown that made it 13-0. The extra point was blocked. That was a 15-play drive spanning about 7.5 minutes for the Lehi Pioneers. American Fork responded with a 7-minute drive of their own, 12 plays, ending with a jet press switch 47-yard field goal, made it 13-3. And then Lehi took the rest of the time, drove down the field for a 47-yard field goal of their own. Bodie Hammond getting that one. That's where we stand at 16-3. So getting ready to start quarter number 3 here. 2 Region 3 teams here. American Fork, the lone undefeated team in this region. Lehi, the lone winless team in this region. Trying to fix that here in this game tonight as this one goes into the end zone for a touchback. So we'll see Capono Manuela and the American Fork offense back out on the field at their own 20-yard line and a chance to make this a 1-score game.
Yeah, I want to see a steady dose of Prince Afu. I want to see quick passes for Manuela. I also, one of the things you saw from him, you saw the nice lead draw there that, benefited really well for them. I want to see a little bit of creativity out of the run game. Let's find a way to get this Lehi defense a little bit of, gosh, I cannot think of my words, but off schedule, off balance. There we go.
They'll send a man in motion to the left. Prince Afu in the backfield there with Manuela. So Manuela fakes the handoff, takes a deep shot looking for Worthington. That's incomplete.
Scary place to miss on the throw there.
Excuse me.
You have Homestead flying down the sideline there, but you miss a little bit on the inside, and that's always dangerous places to miss on your pass. I like the idea of trying to take a shot play out of the gate, catch him off guard, but great coverage by Trayson Fabrizio, who's also snagged himself a few picks this season.
He's got 3 interceptions. That's the team high for the Lehi defense. Everybody at the line for the Pioneers here on second down. Manuela to throw again. This time over the middle. That was tipped in and complete. That was Downs. Fabrizio got a hand in there, and it brings up third down.
Yeah, it almost looked like they were a little early to the party there, but because of the tip ball, I don't think anybody's ever going to give anything there. Great coverage by the Lehi defense. They were all over it. There was no fooling them.
3rd and 10 here for American Fork. The Cavemen 2 for 5 on third downs in the first half. Lehi, an impressive 7 of 8 on third down on offense in that first 2 quarters as Manuela has time, takes a deep shot, and that one's intercepted. Playing center field is Jackson Lattimore with room up the far side. Gets out of a tackle and inside the 20.
Lattimore was sitting deep in a safety spot, and they wanted to force the ball down the field there, but I'm not sure there was much of a read. He didn't see the safety, and Lattimore just comes up and picks it off. He didn't even have to be a ball hawk. He just had to sit up and go up and grab it, and he threw it right to him. That's a tough one, and a great field position for this Lehi offense. Matt, the tough part is you put yourself in a deep hole with a 3rd and 10 on your own 20. That's a really tough spot to start. I don't know if I love the start for the play calling there to start that half. I would have ran the ball a little bit more and maybe tried to find a rhythm.
First interception of the season for Jackson Lattimore. 1st and 10 at the American Fork 18. As we get a flag on first down here, it'll be a false start on the Pioneers.
False start. Offense number 67. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Call from Chris Swank, our white hat tonight. Backs up the Pioneers 5 yards to the 23 for 1st and 15.
That false start penalty on the Pioneers will be 1st and 15 from the 23.
So Lehi with their best starting field position of the game. First time, actually, for Lehi starting in American Fork territory. Bingham to throw. Now rolls out, fires a dart inside for Legend Glasgow, who's got out of a tackle and down to the 12. About 3 yards shy of the first down, picks up 12.
Great pass pro by the Lehi offensive line, and then Bingham just goes to extend the play and kind of get out of the pocket. Glasgow does a good job at retracing, coming back to Bingham, and he throws an absolute dart to him. And then there it is again, making the first man miss, and going up to getting that really good second and manageable. It's such an underrated statement, but having manageable downs leads to that 7 for 8 on third down.
Picks up 12 on that one. 12 yards on the catch for Glasgow. 2nd and 3 here. Glasgow in motion is Bingham to throw. Has time. Now just has to get rid of it. Good pursuit by the Cavemen. Now it's Afu that was in there to force the incompletion.
Yeah, the Cavemen are there to get some pressure on Bingham. Good thing they did, because Legend Glasgow was wide open in the end zone wanting the football. And being able to get that pressure really helps kind of keep the eyes away from the elite receiver in Legend Glasgow.
So 3rd and 4 here for the Pioneers. As we mentioned, 7 of 8 on third down was the Lehi offense in that first half. Need the 8-yard line for a first down. Hand off to Eka, out of a tackle, out of another one. Touchdown number 3 for Devon Eka.
Wow. So is it safe to say that our Tab Bank sticker, helmet sticker of the game is going to go to Devon Eka if he keeps it up? Holy smokes. Again, another missed tackle, and pay dirt. Devon Eka is on a tear tonight.
He's got all the touchdowns tonight. This one is 3rd of the evening. Hammond's kick is up and good. 10:37 to go. The Devon Eka show continues to roll as the Pioneers have a 20-point lead.
Matt, as you're an offensive lineman, you come off the field, you look at your OC and your O-line coach, and you're like, feed me, sir. We are eating up front. Just give the ball to Eka. We'll move bodies, and then you just let the young man go to work behind us, because we'll eat all night, and that's what they've been doing.
So the Pioneers took all of 4 plays to find the end zone on that drive. Led off by the Jackson Lattimore interception. They turned it into points, have a 20-point lead. Tonight's game brought to you by Les Schwab Tires. Over 73 years ago, we set the standard for tire service. Today, we continue to go out of our way to keep you on your way. We are the local experts who can give you useful advice for the roads you drive. That's Les Schwab Tires, proud sponsor of Lehi football.
Well, Matt, that was the exact opposite of what we said American Fork needed to start that drive in this half.
An interception and a touchdown extends the lead here for Lehi. Is a well-kicked ball there by Bodie Hammond. Will be another touchback here. So now it's do or die here territory for the Cavemen. They're down 20 points. With still tons of time on the clock here, but they need to get something going and do it quickly.
They really do, and to me, you still have to establish consistency, right? You've had zero consistency throwing the ball down the field, right? Everything that's worked well for you has been quick, short throws, right? So let's get to what works best for us. Let's get quick actions. Let's get quick throws for Manuela. Let's find a rhythm, and let's run the ball more. Now, quick insight here. Look for a split zone run play out of this formation.
1st and 10 from the 20, and flags fly again on the snap.
It's too bad because he was going to have Prince Afu screaming out of the backfield wide open.
Everyone but the center gets called for the false start there.
White hat, you don't got to do the young man like that. Okay, I've been in his situation. Let him breathe. Just say it's a false start and let it go. You don't got to pour the poor man down. Pull the poor man down. There we go. Could not use my words.
1st and 15 from the 15 now for American Fork. Have not found the end zone yet tonight. Manuela with time, out of a tackle. Now he's got some room up the near side, and look at the wheels from Capono Manuela out to the 30, and he's got a 1st down for American Fork.
Capono showing off the sweet feet, dynamic athletic ability. He does a great job. He sits back in the pocket. O-line gives him a pretty decent look, but as soon as he saw space out to the west side of the field, close side of the field, he just takes off, and nobody was able to catch him. Really, really great play. Way to get that 1st down. Get out of the shadow of your own end zone there.
That's 19 yards on the pickup for Capono Manuela. His longest run of the night. He's going to try again here on 1st down, and he's out of the pass to the 1st level. Manuela with back-to-back runs. This one for 6 out to the 40.
Yeah, I like this play call here. It's just a QB power play, right? They're going to kick out with that front side offensive tackle. They're going to fill up with the running back for lead blocking. Then they're going to pull that backside guard for a lead block. And what that's doing is essentially creating a numbers advantage for American Fork on that far side of the field that you're going to see there. And Manuela had just space to run.
Picks up 5 on that one out to the 40. Actually, call it 6 on that run. 2nd and 4. This one they'll hand off. And Afu gets right into the teeth of that Lehi defense.
Yeah, the offensive line does a good job of getting a 2-3 yard push there. But as you watch kind of where that offensive line gets the push, from my vantage point up here, it looked like he had a little bit of a press and a bounce back. Depending on how AF coaches this, the running back is actually looking at that front side read, so whoever's in the A gap, and if it's there, then you're going to push and bounce that back.
3rd and short here for the Pioneers. Or for the Cavemen, excuse me. As Manuela fakes the handoff, Taisi had the jersey tug. That will bring out multiple flags, as this will be pass interference on the Pioneers.
Yeah, Taisi does a really good job on his get off there. He gets him stacked on the top there, and all that Max Jenkins could do was hold on to that shoulder. Taisi looks a little shaken up right now, whether it's the shoulder or the hamstring. I'm thinking it's a shoulder, but hard to tell from up here.
He laid out for that one. Ooh. So they get a roughing the passer call on Lehi. That will make it a 15-yard penalty. So that'll move American Fork into Lehi territory.
Yeah, that's a tough one there. That's a big play as that gets them to flip the field. They get to see that Lehi side of the field. And you know what I like about this drive? We've talked about it a couple times. Run the ball, set up everything else, and they've done a really good job at that.
9:55 to play here in the third quarter. Now 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line of Lehi here. Third time tonight in Lehi territory for American Fork. They had to punt and then he had the field goal in the other 2 drives. Handed off. Jensen through a couple of tackles and gets a good gain out to the 38, excuse me.
Yeah, great hold by the offensive line there. This offensive line, they look like they've gained a little bit of confidence on this drive. They're starting to move some bodies. And all of a sudden, again, we're seeing second and manageable. This is huge for AF. Manageable second downs, manageable third downs, create conversions on third down.
Picks up 4 on that one for 2nd and 6. Spot at the 39-yard line. And off to Jensen. Jensen able to push the pile forward. Still moving forward. Finally will stop its momentum at the 36-yard line for a pickup of 3.
Yeah, AF goes to the counter play there with the kick out from the top side guard there, big number 76, Talon Roberts, and then it's just followed up by the tight end to create a running lane. Lehi does a good job of being able to stuff and create some penetration, but Jensen's able to push through for another 3 yards.
3rd and 2 here for the Cavemen. Need the 27-yard line for the first down. Manuela has time, throws deep, looking for a man out there, and Richards, and a flag flies late. Heavy coverage over there. That was Fabrizio over there in coverage.
Matt, the Lehi fans are upset by this one, but I agree with this call. Richards comes back for that ball. Fabrizio's got a hand on the wrist, it looks like, to turn his ability to get to the football. I agree with the call by the officials here. It's going to be a nice 15-yard penalty, it looks like, or 10, 15-yarder based off this call.
So as a pass interference on Lehi, first down for American Fork. They'll spot the ball at the 20-yard line. First time in the red zone tonight for American Fork. So 2 pass interference and a roughing the passer call have helped the Cavemen get deep into Lehi territory.
Yeah, 2 massive penalties on this drive for Lehi.
8:25 to play here. Cavemen trying to cut into the Lehi lead. Manuela rolls out. Checks it down. Who's got the catch, and he's got 4 yards.
Yeah, Manuela had to make a quick decision there as PJ Taki made an inside move and came screaming off. Manuela does a good job getting outside, get the ball to Prince Afu. Looks like a great, 3-4 yard gain there. And again, we're second and manageable, right? If you can get 4 yards of play, you're getting first downs.
They get 3 on that one as they spotted the 17-yard line.
Yeah, I guess they did start at the 20, didn't they? I'm no good at this from the number side.
2nd and 7 now. Richards in motion. Manuela fires near side, going down to get it. His number 81, Mason Brooks. That one incomplete.
Yeah, just right at the ankles, but he had him. Tough one there. That would have been a really nice first down to have right there coming into the deep red zone here.
So this will bring up another 3rd down for American Fork. They've converted on their previous 2 thanks to penalties. Need the 10-yard line for a first down. They'll get the call from the sideline. Micah Hunsaker, the offensive coordinator for the Cavemen. Manuela, pressure coming, able to get out of it. Now rolls out, and he's tackled at the 15 as Vincent Evans tracks him down and brings up 4th down.
That did not look good, Matt. Manuela did something to his knees. He tried to stop and turn, and everything just kind of collapsed on him.
Oh, no. As everyone comes in to check on Manuela.
I couldn't tell if it was an ankle or a knee, but the way that he went to his knee. It looked like that's what he was pointing at.
So the trainers from American Fork coming over to look at Manuela. We'll step aside and take a break here with 7:21 to go in our third quarter. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Austin Strong, CEO of Tab Bank. As a former high school athlete in the state of Utah, I recognize how big of a role high school sports can play in developing student athletes' lives, even outside of the sports they play. For me, high school sports taught me how to work as a team, how to lead through adversity, how to share success, and how to face all challenges. While I didn't become a professional athlete, it was these skills that gave me a head start in life after my high school career was over. That's why Tab Bank is proud to sponsor KSL Sports Rewind's mission to highlight and promote student athletes and the communities in which they play. As a proud Bonneville Laker, I know the importance of the role a community plays in the success of a team, and I wanted to create a banking environment that gave our customers that Friday Night Lights feeling of community and togetherness. Our goal is to provide you a premium banking experience that will help aid you to accomplish any goal that you have in your life. We believe that whether you are a heavy favorite or the battle-tested underdog, Tab Bank can provide you a winning game plan for any of your financial needs.
Welcome back. As you see, Capona Manuela able to get back up, but took that hard tackle here on the near side. Glad to see him back up and able to walk under his own power, but that might be the night for Manuela tonight.
Yeah, those are just tough ones to see. Those are heartbreakers. You wish him the best and hope he can be okay. And
Manuela won the starting job halfway through the season. It was him and Nate Childs basically both playing each game. Ended up winning the job after the Layton game. He's played the last two games, had that win against Lone Peak at the helm last week.
Matt, these are those moments as a coach where we would talk to our players and you'd look at them and you'd go, all right, take 3 deep breaths and it's time to be over it. We have to move up, next man up. Nate Childs is a good quarterback. He can move us down the field, and it's business as usual at the offense, or for the offense of American Fork.
So it will be the junior Nate Childs in at quarterback now for the Cavemen, trying to cap off this drive here. It's 4th down. AF going for it for the first time tonight. Got 4 wideouts in the formation. Afu in the backfield. Need the 10-yard line to move the sticks. Pioneers rush 4. Childs to the end zone. In and out of the hands of Ty Holmstead. Incomplete. And it's a turnover on downs.
Absolute perfect ball from Nate Childs. To come in completely cold, maybe 10, 15 throws, and then just rip an absolute dot to Ty Holmstead. It's a tough catch for the young man, but those are the ones you have to get. And, that's a heartbreaking drive.
So American Fork turns the ball over. It'll be Lehi ball at the 16-yard line here. Again, if you're just joining us, it's been Devon Eka all over the place tonight for Lehi. 3 touchdowns. As Bingham will escape the pocket. And again, lowers the shoulder out to the 21 for a gain of 5.
So, count me as a Wyatt Bingham fan. The way he plays the game is how every offensive lineman loves to see their quarterback play. He's big, he's strong, he runs through guys. He's a fun quarterback. He'd be a fun guy to block for.
Picks up 6 on that first down. 2nd and 4 now for the Pioneers. As you imagine, up by 20, they'll see a lot more of Eka as he's got the first down out past the 30. Good stiff arm for the first down.
I feel like a broken record, Matt. Every time he touches the ball, he makes the first guy miss. and then he makes another guy miss. It's so special. Like, AF's in the backfield. They're right there to make the play. Quick juke move, makes the first guy drop to his chest. He just falls. Stiff arms the next guy. Special. I don't have many words for what we've watched tonight.
He's picked up 10 on that one. He had 146 yards last week in that loss against Harriman. He's eclipsed that mark tonight. As he'll get the carry again on first down. This time, good pursuit from the AF defense. As we have an injured Cavemen down there for a moment who made the tackle. That was Lincoln Miller. He was a little slow to get back up. As Miller goes down now. He was the first one there to deliver the hit. And now the trainers will look at Miller.
Yeah, it's hard to see exactly what happened up there on the top side of the screen. But Ty Wilson went down pretty quick when contact happened, and then scary situation watching him stand up and then have to be helped back down by his teammates.
So they'll look at the injured Cavemen. We'll be back in just a moment.
Over 25 years of keeping mining operations running strong. Open Loop Energy, proud supporters of the next generation of champions.
As that was Ty Wilson able to get back to the sideline. So after the loss on that run from Eka, it's 2nd and 14. Back at the 28-yard line. Bingham rolls out, looking for Glasker, dangerous throw, incomplete.
Yeah, Dallin Offu just does a great job at beating the offensive line on the inside, and he just came screaming after Wyatt Bingham. Bingham tries to roll out to his left and rip one out to Glasker, and that's a tough throw to be running left and rip it out there, but Offu was all over Wyatt Bingham there.
So that brings up 3rd and long for Lehi. Again, they've been able to convert on 3rd downs tonight. Need the 32 for a first down. Eka in motion. Bingham with time. Fires over the middle. It's got Glasker for the first down.
I love this concept by Lehi. You've got Glasker starting on the outside, run kind of a spot route, getting into the middle of the defense. And then you've got Cam Wren running a wheel route off to the edge. And then you've got Devon Eka running to keep the defense kind of tight to the line of scrimmage. And he had guys open all over there.
And they were just shy of the first down, so correct my apologies. He got 12, he needed 13, he needed 14, got 13. So the Pioneers will punt here. Good hold, and almost getting in there was American Fork. Fair catch called for by the Cavemen. It's going to take a horizontal bounce at about the 27, and that's where we'll see American Fork come out. So, Braden, new quarterback in for the Cavemen. You're down a couple of touchdowns here, so do you let the junior start throwing the ball around?
Yeah, at this point, I mean, you're looking at the stat line. He's been about a 54% passer, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions on the year. It's a tough situation to be in because you got to start moving the ball quick. I like screen game and quick passes to get this going. Anything that feels like a run but allows you to kind of get outside and get away from this defense.
Cavemen start the drive at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Childs in at quarterback. Will give it to Offu. Breaks out of a tackle. And Offu is met right at the 30-yard line. Picks up one.
Pioneers did a great job at just congregating to the ball immediately, right? He breaks that first tackle, and you're like, hey, he might have a chance to go here, and then the rest of the Pioneers showed up. right? And good gracious, they've been so stout on defense tonight. It's incredible.
They have not allowed the Cavemen to run the ball tonight.
Region 3 is just an anomaly.
A lot of good teams in Region 3 here. 2nd and 8. Childs to throw. It's overthrown and it's intercepted. This time Jenkins with the pick as they blow it down at the 35-yard line. And that's the second turnover of the night for the AF offense.
Pressure in Child's face, and he just kind of rips one out there to Taesi, hoping that he can get it to him, overthrows him, and Jensen, looking like a receiver out there, just snags that ball out of the air, flips it around. And as he rolls over the top of Taesi, he was hoping he could keep his feet and keep going there. That's a tough goal for AF.
So Jenkins with his first interception of the season, and that gives Lehi the football back at the 36-yard line. 4:13 to play here in our third quarter. Lehi with a 3-score lead. Bingham has to roll out, and American Fork will wrestle him down to the 37. That's number 46 for the...
Wyatt Bingham's tough as nails.
Samuel Merton on a tackle.
I don't know what else to say. He's just tough as nails. Our Utah County fans are going to appreciate this, but he's got this certain Bear Bachmeyer. He's tough as nails. Throws a pretty decent ball. Bachmeyer might throw a little bit better ball, understandably, but very, very physical runner. Wow.
Pickup of 1 on that carry. 2nd and 9. High snap. Fake the hand off the Glasgow. Instead, it's Eka out past the 40 and thrown out of bounds.
They've gone to that fake reverse, gosh, I think 4 times tonight, and Eka just continues to find yardage on it over and over and over again. You know, one of the impressive things, we talk about him like breaking tackles and this and that, but he's a physical runner. He's not the thickest kid you've ever seen, but when he brings his whole speed to contact, he is an absolute unit to take down.
Ranked as the 25th best prospect in the state of Utah. Devon Eka. Bingham again, flushed out of the pocket. There's a flag that flies as this was incomplete. Intended for Vaikayo.
Looks like we're going to have a holding penalty here. Also, Matt, if Devon Eka's the 25th best ranked player in the state of Utah, what that honestly says about the state of Utah, we got dudes.
How's this for you?
Scattered.
Looking at just the recruit rankings for Lehi, he's actually the 6th best or highest ranked recruit on this Lehi team. He's got 5 teammates that are ahead of him. Mataali E. Benjamin is the top one. He's going to Minnesota. He's the 10th ranked one. We'll talk about the rest of them here after this punt. Just goes to show how much talent's on this Lehi roster. As this one's a short kick out near the 40. Takes a Lehi bounce and keeps trucking that way. Good bounce there for the Pioneers as it settles at the 27-yard line. Here's the rest of the recruit rankings for Lehi. PJ Takitaki's in at number 12. He has 6 offers on the table. He decommitted from BYU last week, by the way, as well. Legend Glasgow is number 15 on the list. He is committed to BYU. Adrian Meredith is number 16. Also has a couple offers to go play Division I football. Brighton News at number 24. He's going to Oklahoma State. And then you have Devon Eka at number 25, who's going to BYU.
Hard to believe with what we've watched tonight. Astounding football player.
So American Fork back out there. Had an interception on the last 2 drives as they connect over on that far side. That's caught to Christian Hansaw, his first catch tonight.
This is the type of play call I probably would have started off with for Nate Childs. Something, like we said, out to the outside, short, good rhythm throw, right? Like get your young man confident and let things start coming to him a little bit. I might be an offensive lineman, by the way, too, because 2 of my favorite players to ever watch in the state of Utah, Feki Toa and Devon Eka. Wow.
Two of the best running backs you'll see.
Like I said, I'm an offensive lineman. I like to run the rock.
2nd and 7 here for American Fork. Lehi shows pressure and backs off. Childs mishandles the snap and just has to run it. And he gets 2 yards out to the 34-yard line.
It's a good, quick decision there. That ball didn't get to him all the way. He just scooped it up and realized, hey, I got to move. Wow, that was a big shot of lightning out there on the east side of the state here in the valley.
We've had some storms roll through the Wasatch Front tonight. As you can hear the roar of the Lehi fans, thought it was the thunder for a moment.
We could say it was, right?
3rd and 5 here for American Fork. And we've got movement at the line. And that's a false start on American Fork.
Matt, I'm worried we're going to have another one of those, everybody but the center. Oh, he let him not have it that time. That's good. That's good. We appreciate that, sir.
That'll back it up to the 28-yard line. 3rd and 10 now for American Fork. American Fork 3 for 6 on 3rd downs tonight.
You know, Coach Eldridge talked about this offensive line and just how much they love playing for each other, and I want to see them be able to kind of gather themselves on this drive.
Childs with time, has Taisier on the near side, and good pursuit by the Pioneers, as that is Murphy Madsen with the tackle, and it brings up 4th down.
Great open field tackle, as Taisi is an absolute electric player with the ball in his hands. Murphy Madsen just comes through and leaves no doubt on that tackle.
So that'll bring Presswich and the punt unit out for American Fork. First punt of the second half for American Fork. Glasgow back at his own 30. As he'll field it at the 32. Glasgow with some room. Steps out, stays in bounds, and he's out inside the 40. And a good return for Legend Glasgow.
He had all the time in the world once he caught that ball. He found the first seam he could find, and he took off. And great return. It looked like it was a return of about 35 yards or so. Don't quote me on that. That's a Manitoba stat, not mine.
Well, let's see. You get the 18 from the 50 and then about another 12. So it's about 30 yards, I would say. Spotted at the 37-yard line. 1st and 10. There goes Eka. Sutter step out of a tackle inside the 20. And another chunk play for Devon Eka.
Number 24, Devon Eka, the ball carrier.
Is that all we say is just Devon Eka? Like, there's not much else to say. He's just been that guy tonight. And that's another way to put it, Lehi fans. It's another 1st down.
That's a 20-yard carry for Eka. Added to his tally. 1st and 10 inside the red zone at the 17-yard line. 2nd trip to the red zone tonight for Lehi. Correction, 3rd trip. As Bingham throws it in New, and New's got a catch inside the 15. Down to the 13.
Yeah, Bingham does a good job just sitting in that pocket that his offensive line creates for him. That O-line has just been phenomenal tonight. Really, really steady. And Bingham looks really comfortable back there just operating in this offense, making a lot of really good decisions.
Bingham with 1 passing touchdown tonight. It's to Devon Eka, who's got all the touchdowns tonight. 2nd and 5 from the 13. Bingham on the option, pitches it out to Eka, and that's going nowhere. Good tackle there by number 5 for the Cavemen. That's Noah Beam.
Yeah, Noah Beam does a great job coming downhill. Does not let Eka make him miss. Wraps him up great. Lehi just had a power option play called there where they have, a lead blocking polar for Bingham, and then he's reading the pitch man. If the pitch man comes at him, he's kicking it out to Eka, and off they went.
So that is it for the third quarter here from Lehi High School. The Pioneers looking for their first win in region play this season. They've got a 20-point lead as we head to the final quarter. 23-3 Lehi. Through 3 quarters of play, we'll bring you the fourth quarter coming up next.
Hey, guess what? There's a brand new Jersey Mike's opening near you. And all that fresh slicing and fresh grilling can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, impatience, baby-like wonder, indecisive, anticipatory chewing, nervous pacing, and even happy claps. Feel the excitement with freshly sliced, freshly grilled subs at our newest location, now open near you. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
It is a party here at Lehi High School. 23-3 for the Pioneers. They're ahead, looking to get back to 500 in region play. The region title still in sight for Lehi this season. They've got the one game tonight. They will move to 1-1 if they win. They've got Lone Peak and Corner Canyon, the final 2 games on the season. If they win those 2 games, they could have at least a share of the region title.
Like Coach Hatfield said to us pregame, he said we could go 1-2, 3-0, 0-3. It's Region 3. You just don't know. He goes, but one thing we do like, we like being overlooked. And I think they're proving that point tonight.
Come into tonight, ranked 12th in Dane and Jeff's KSL Sports Rewind rankings, as that one's thrown and incomplete. Intended for Lattimore here on the near side, and that'll bring up 4th down and Bodie Hammond in the kicking unit.
Yeah, AF brought a lot of pressure there and wanted to make sure Wyatt Bingham felt it. Was able to get the ball out there, just wasn't able to hold on to it. And Bodie Hammond, really solid kick to end that half.
He's hit from 47 tonight, this one from 31. From the right hash, kick is up, it's got enough leg. And it's good. Bodie Hammond 2 for 2 tonight as he extends the lead 29-3 or 26-3. Now in favor of the Pioneers.
I mean, this is just very deliberate football out of Lehi, right? They've done a good job at just owning what they do best and being very consistent in their execution, right? I'd be interested to know, but I can't imagine they've punted more than maybe once or twice all game as we go through it. But it might be a titch more based off of the early starts of the game, but it couldn't have been many.
3 punts.
Three punts.
3 punts, 2 in the second half.
Yeah, so they've just been really consistent in moving the ball, protecting the clock, protecting their lead, and they've looked really, really solid tonight.
And how about the Lehi defense? It's been the bend not break tonight. They've allowed American Fork into their territory a couple of times tonight. 3 points is all that they've been able to show for.
Matt, we are going on 8 games. We're 8 games into the season right now. Less than 100 points allowed, including this game.
Cavemen will field this one as Carter Jorgensen gets out of a tackle and out past the 20 to improve the field position by a couple of yards. So we'll see the American Fork offense back out. As we mentioned, how stout that Lehi defense is.
You know, I'm Mr. Calm, Cool, Collected, run the rock, do your job, you know, stay true to who you are. But if you're American Fork, it's time to let the rock rip.
Childs has been able to throw the ball this season. He's 32 of 59 for 424 yards, 4 touchdowns heading into tonight. See, we'll give this one off to Afu, and Afu with a good carry on first down out to the 25.
Yeah, pretty decent carry there. Looks like a gain of about 3. If I'm American Fork, though, I'm moving a little bit quicker to get on the football. Right? If you want a chance here, it's crunch time, and you got to make a miracle happen.
Still a 3-score game here for American Fork, but they do need to hurry. They had a rally going against Davis 2 weeks ago at home. That one came up just short against the high-powered Darts offense. Now Childs, good throw over the middle. Holmstead with a great catch.
There's that toughness that Coach Beam was talking about out of Homestead. Childs drops a nice pass right into the pocket there of Homestead, and he takes a shot from the safety, holds onto the ball, gets up, has to come off the field, but he was not letting go of that football.
Gain of 20 for Homestead on that catch, able to hold on to it as well as the Cavemen out near midfield once again.
Starting to get a little bit of rain out there.
The rain starting to fall here in Lehi as Childs lets it rip. He's got a man out here on the near side, caught by Dayton Hansen for a pickup of 5.
I like this. You're starting to see kind of that 2-minute hurry-up offense, right? Sometimes you see these teams come into these offenses of 2-minute, and it gets the defense a little bit off balance, and they're a little uncomfortable, and they're able to start kind of getting the quick hitters and start moving down the field.
Ball at midfield, 2nd and 5 here for the Cavemen. 10 minutes coming up on the clock here. As Childs in the pocket, stays in there, throws deep, and it's intercepted for the 3rd time. Fabrizio this time. And Fabrizio with a convoy, takes it past midfield. And Fabrizio with a big return to the 33rd interception of the night for the Lehi defense.
We do have a penalty flag at the 40-yard line, Matt. Interesting to see, but what a play by Fabrizio. That would be pick number 4 for him on the year.
Had 3 on the season coming into tonight that led the Pioneer defense. He's now got 4. We'll wait and see what the flag is here. There's multiple flags, one at the American Fork 40 and one at the Lehigh 30, right where the interception was.
I'm thinking they're on the return is my guess.
So, see what the call is.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, 13, defense, 15 yards out of the previous spot. On that 1st down, after the interception, personal foul number 11, that penalty line.
So double personal fouls. It's a roughing the passer. That's the 2nd one tonight on Lehigh, and it's a big one as American Fork gets to keep the ball.
Folks, we are going to be going into a lightning delay. I'm almost guaranteeing it right now as the trainer has run on to talk to the white hat.
And the rain is picked up here. Well, still a sprinkle of rain here. As that will pause the game for at least half an hour here. So a lightning strike has called a weather delay here from Lehigh High School. 9:40 to play here in the 4th quarter. So we will keep it here. We will be back in half an hour. It's in half an hour from each lightning strike. So we will see how long we'll be here, but stay tuned here.
Is this what we get for making fun of the guys over at Brighton?
Of course, Brighton Woods crossing a weather delay tonight as well. We had those storms going across the Wasatch Front, so it is a weather delay here from Lehigh. We will be back in that 30 minutes to try and wrap this one up. Lehigh with a 26-3 lead here on KSL Sports Rewind. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are free to go back to your vehicles if you
have decided with lightning still in the area tonight that this game has been called due to the lightning delay. This game has ended. It'll end in the 26-3 score. The Pioneers get their first win in region play this year as they will move to 1-1 in region play. That puts them right in the middle, tied with Corner Canyon through week 8 of the football season. Braden, just your thoughts on tonight. A big effort from Lehigh that we saw tonight.
Lehigh's made this game an emphasis for them the past 2 years, right? That's 3 in a row for them now. Right out of the gate, their offensive line was phenomenal. Devon Echo was the best player on the football field all night. Wasn't even close. Wyatt Bingham was impressive in his first start at Lehigh. And just, frankly, an overall dominating win for the Pioneers in all facets.
And so Lehigh now moving forward, they go on the road next week at Lone Peak, a Thursday night game next week. Another high-profile game here in Region 3 before coming back for senior night against the top-ranked Corner Canyon. So the Gauntlet is still ahead of Lehi here, but they do have a chance to make some waves here in Region 3.
Yeah, no, I mean, their whole region season's in front of them right now, right? You're 1-1. You got two of the top teams coming in, right? I mean, it's hard to say. They're all kind of the top team with how they've beat up on each other, right? And you could come out of this thing looking 3-1, and then we've got one of the nastiest tiebreakers you're ever going to have to figure out. And God bless whoever has to figure that out if they all keep winning and beating each other up. It's going to be an interesting, fun region to see how it plays out to end the season. Lone Peak and Corner Canyon are both coming off byes this week after cancellations of games. And,
Lone Peak played last night.
You're right. Lone Peak played last night. I apologize.
Yeah.
Corner
has the bye.
Yeah.
And speaking of coming off the bye, that's who American Fork takes on next. They'll be at Corner Canyon next week. We will be there for that one on KSL Sports Rewind. Then they'll have a senior night at home against Skyridge to wrap up. For American Fork, they lose Manuela in the second half. Hopefully he gets a speedy recovery. We see him back out on the field. But they are still in the hunt too. They're 1-1 too. Everybody has a loss in this region now. The only team, the team in first place is Skyridge, just because they played one more game than everybody else.
Yeah, no, it really is just going to be, it's going to be a chase to the finish, and then probably whoever wins the coin flip or whatever their tiebreaker is here. And it'll be just fascinating to see how this goes down. I'm amazed at how Lehi came out. Coach Hadfield told us pregame, we said this during the broadcast, right? They like being the underdog. They liked being overlooked, right? They didn't mind being in that place. And that's kind of a coach, Kyle Whittingham says the same things, right? Like, coaches love that. It's all about being able to create some kind of underdog mentality in your team. And Lehi had the opportunity to come out and prove a point, and boy, did they prove a point. They were dominant tonight.
So with the win, Lehi now moves to 5-3 on the season, 1-1 in region play. American Fork now 6-2 on the year, 1-1 as well in region play. You now have three teams at 1-1 in region. Skyridge now stands alone at the top at 2-1. Lone Peak is at the bottom, 1-2. Now last place in the region. Just shows how crazy that this region 3. Just this gauntlet that there is here in Region 3.
Absolutely wild.
So let's give, we do have some helmet stickers to give away, brought to you by Tab Bank. Braden, who gets your helmet sticker tonight?
I hate to be so obvious, but it's Devon Eka. I mean, it was amazing to watch him just produce run after run after run, tackles just being broken consistently. Nobody could stop him, and there was no answer that American Fork had. It was impressive. So mine's definitely going to Devon Eka.
And mine will go to him too as well. Final stat line for Devon Eka, 189 rushing yards on the ground, 2 rushing touchdowns, 20 yards receiving and a receiving touchdowns. He had every touchdown tonight for that Lehi offense. So he gets the overwhelming helmet sticker for the two of us.
Really, really easy decision from our side of the things. I will give a shout out though. That Lehi defense as a whole was just unreal. You could pass out 11 helmet stickers to that defense because this American Fork team has put up a boatload of points and held them to 3 points. It was phenomenal what they were able to do.
As you mentioned in the broadcast there, that is now 8 games that the Pioneers have played. They have still not allowed 100 total points on the season.
Yeah, we're looking at, I'm looking for their points they've scored this year is 267, if I'm doing the math right.
Good job.
And thank you, appreciate it. That was scary. And they've only allowed 98 points. You're going to win a lot of football games, and if you're Lehi, you can look at those things. Hey, we're right there. Like Coach Hadfield said this to us pregame as well. We just got to get over the hump and finish. And boy, did they finish tonight.
Final thoughts before we take off tonight.
Yeah, Region 3. Just 2 words, Region 3. You just don't know what's going to happen. But the beautiful thing is every single one of these teams has their whole season ahead of them with the last 2 weeks coming up. It's going to be a fun race to the finish. It's going to be a photo finish.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Next up for both these teams, Lehi is on the road at Lone Peak next Thursday night. American Fork is on the road as well at Corner Canyon next Thursday. Of course, we'll have both those games for you here on KSL Sports Rewind. That's going to do it for us here tonight. Final score in a lightning delay shortened game, 26-3 for the Lehi Pioneers as they get back into the win column and pick up their first Region 3 win of the season. For Tino behind the camera, I'm Matt Coma, Braden Peterson at my side. Thank you guys so much for joining us here tonight. Final score 26-3 in favor of the Pioneers. You've been watching the American Fork and Lehi football on the Rewind Sports Network. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you next week for week 9 of the football season.